Alright. Hello, everybody. I can shrink this chat box just a little bit. Alright, tonight we're playing some modern Eldrazi taxes as per... or modern black-white Eldrazi taxes, more specifically, since there's a mono-white version. Typically what we do here on Wednesdays. I'm still playing the Lingering Souls list. I'm interested in trying it out. It ran, reasonably well. Except for the fact we 2-3'd last time I played this, right? But it was very close. A bunch of very close matches. We almost beat Mardu Pyromancer if I remember, but just narrowly got defeated there. Same against Scape Shift and stuff. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember being really salty about it. They were very close games. That being said, I do think this sideboard is a little slated towards the grindier matchups. We have 2 Gideons, the 4th Souls, Gonti. And I don't think we need all that, since I don't think the grindy matchups are typically that bad, except for, Jund. And I still want this Fatal Push against Jund, so I kind of want a 3rd Fatal Push over this 2nd Gideon. Sideboard like this feels better to me. Humans matchup's very scary. We just get to bring in Settle, Settle, Push, Push, Push. Because our 2-drops are so bad, having a bunch of sideboard Fatal Pushes seems fine. We'll try that out. Need to update the deck list real quick, though. We now have 3 Fatal Push and 1 Gideon. Alright, that should be good. Deck list should be updated. And yeah, I think we're just gonna run this. Lingering Souls were pretty okay when I played them last, if I recall. Obviously, they performed well against stuff like Mardu Pyro. They are very useful because they can be cast off of us. They're a relevant spell that can be cast off of a single white mana, which is useful under Blood Moon, because sometimes you can Ghost Quarter yourself. But it's really hard to get stuff like double white, or the colorless at all. Obviously, you can't get colorless through a Blood Moon without a basic waste. So let's jump right in. This was yesterday, right? Yeah. We beat Eggs twice and lost everything else with Thalia Stompy. Alright. Let's jump right in here. We're playing against Sakura Jupiter. This hand is, pretty awkward, but I think it's fine. It's really good if we get another land for Thought-Knot on 3, but even then we have, Shambling into Temple Arbiter. Oh, we actually just started TG Hondo, where this is literally the opening hand of our first game of our first match tonight. We just went live. So yeah, we're gonna keep this. So we have Arbiter Path combo. And if we path something, we can activate one of these Stranglers. If we draw another land, we can activate the Thought-Knot. Oh. We're playing against Death and Taxes, so this Arbiter is horrible. But the rest of my hand is really good. We are undefeated. We have 0 losses. We are X and O right now. The rest of our hand is very good against taxes. Specifically, this Arbiter is not. Wait. Oh, humans. I don't know why I always... Maybe just too much familiarity with my own deck. I see basic Plains Aether Pile. Humans only has 1 in the deck. Obviously, it didn't change my turn 1 play, so it doesn't matter too much. So if I play Arbiter here, next turn I can... I'd have to Ghost Quarter myself to Path plus Strangler, which is really bad. I think I can only play the Arbiter here anyway, though. Hopefully we'll draw a white source, or a black source. And then we can Path plus Strangler, which will be really good. Unless they, like, if they play 2 creatures Strangler, which doesn't even matter. Which they very easily could. Just, like, Meddling Mage or Freebooter plus Mantis Rider here. Just beat me up. Except for Legacy D&D, yeah, that makes sense. Plains Aether Vial is just ingrained in my head that that's gonna be Death and Taxes. Opponent punches me for a whole lot. So they don't have a thing to vial in on 2? I think I might have to Temple plus Path here. Like, Temple, Thought Knot plus Path. Next turn I could actually play Ghost Quarter, and then I can double Strangler, because I'll have 2 cards exiled. From the Path and the Thought Knot. And then that might get us there. The issue is that... I guess I have to Path one of these ground guys, right? Because the Strangler's not guaranteed to kill one. Alright, let's Thought Knot first, see what's going on. Okay. That's actually horrible for me. Because it means that we don't have 2 activators for these Stranglers anymore. So we'll Path the Lieutenant. They're just gonna, like, top deck Reflector Mage here, too. Might be able to chump block enough with Lingering Souls. So we need to Path this Lieutenant, because we can always Strangler this Mantis Rider. Man, that is actually a pretty severe bummer. That we didn't hit a single thing off that Thought Knot. But, I mean, it's all... obviously, it's a Bane and a Boon. I'm happy that they have 2 blanks in their hand. I'm unhappy that we don't have a second activator for Strangler. They play Cavern. Attacking me for 3, so they don't have a human? Guess we just eat this Mantis Rider. Play Concealed Courtyard Pass? Or, yeah. They can't have Thalia's Lieutenant here. Because their Vial's on 3 now, so we don't really get blown out here. Resto? Jesus. I guess we do get blown out. That's super obnoxious. God, now I think we're just dead. I don't think I could really afford... yeah, that Resto was just really bad. 1 unknown in my opponent's hand, and like 1 main deck Resto typically, 1 to 0. That was just horrendous. Freeboot my Lingering Souls? Sure, alright, yeah. Not a lot. I just like... I didn't even play my land, because we're just dead anyway, but... yeah, that was just horrible for me. Jesus. This attack doesn't make any sense. I guess they get a draw card. But yeah, we're just going to 2 here. We're super, super, super dead. They even drew the Kite Sail afterwards to take my Lingering Souls, so I couldn't even, like, Strangler plus Lingering Souls. Strangler, Mantis Rider, Lingering Souls block this Reflector Mate, or block this Resto. Why'd they don't even care. No respect. Yeah. Actually, I guess we're not dead, right? I have to Ghost Core myself, because I didn't play the land out of, like, Tilt, but we aren't technically dead. We're just mostly dead. Because I can Flicker Wisp, flicker my Wasteland Strangler, eat the Mantis Rider, Flicker Wisp blocks the Resto, I go to 1. Yeah, not playing with land. out of distress might come back to bite me pretty bad. The issue is that now we're dead because we have to chump block with this resto, and we can't beat 2 guys in the air. The kite sail also attacks. I guess we could draw Path. No, Path doesn't even do it. I think I might have actually been able to win this game if I had... Wait, they don't attack with both? Deal. So now we're not dead. We're just mostly dead. I think I could have won this game if I hadn't been an idiot and, like, missed this land drop out of the resto. It really just caught me off guard. No, we still wouldn't have enough lands to Strangler this kite. We can't even strangle the kite sail. They don't have any cards in exile. We can't animate. Animating Shamu events doesn't matter. I'd only go to 4. Never mind. I'd be dead anyway. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright, opponent, enough. Opponent with some pretty... That game just worked out really badly for me. Everything just started crumbling. We didn't actually exile a card off the Thought Knot to hit the second Strangler. They top-decked exactly Resto into the Kite Sail to take the Lingering Souls to block. Just nothing about that game worked out. Alright, so we cut all the Thalias. What's the last card I usually cut in this matchup? I guess Lingering Souls is probably not very good. I guess Thought Knot's not great. Thought Knot's fine on the play. On the draw, it's a lot more medium. So I might swap out like Souls for Thought Knot post-board. Or like game 3. But we're really leaning on like triple path, quadruple path. Triple push, quadruple path. And like Stranglers, Zealous on the play can be pretty good. Yeah, that sounds good. We have, like, Path to enable the Strangler. We have a push. We have 2 uncastable Tide Hollows, but whatever. Maybe I should cut down Tide Hollows, actually. Pretty much just going to push whatever they play on turn 1 here. Except for Aether Vial. I'm not going to push that. Gladly push this Noble Hierarch. Come on, let's draw a colored source of mana. So I'm not going to Path here, I don't think. Not on my turn, at least. Since I can't, like, get... Unless they play 2 1-drops. Are they going to freeboot me? I guess I am going to Path. So this resolves. Path it on the stack. Let's draw a colored source of mana, please. Or Thought Knot's here. I'll also accept Thought Knot's here. Not the worst hit. I can see Tide Hollow being, but you do need activators for these Stranglers, so... What did I cut? The 1 Lingering Souls? Probably fine. Lingering Souls is very slow in this matchup, but all it does is produce chump blockers, and humans can go wide enough that Lingering Souls likely doesn't matter. It's obviously good when they, like, produce an 8/8 champion of the parish over the course of the 4 turns or whatever, but... What is this? Yeah, this is fine. I'm just gonna push into Strangler here. Why did the opponent leave in Thalia against me? It's like, it's pretty easy, it's pretty common practice to just cut Thalia in any matchup where your opponent is also playing Thalia. It's usually just not a good sign. So what do we want to draw here? Flicker? No, Flicker was... We don't want to draw in a couple turns. We want Eldrazi Displacer right now, I think. I feel like this is probably bait for, like, a Mantis Rider, playing out these other things. But we have to just get ahead. We're still at 20, so we can kind of... What do they... Oh, they just have Resto here, right? If we draw a Colored Source, we'd find out. Nope. The classic. Run the main deck back because it worked match 1. Yeah, apparently, like... Freebooter and Thalia are probably the 2 worst. I guess Freebooter's getting better in the Eldrazi Taxes matchup because people are starting to board stuff like Settle the Wreckage at like more pushes and stuff. But against like normal taxes, Freebooter and Thalia are just atrocious. So I'm not going to attack into Resto Mana here. It's not worth the 3 damage if they're just bluffing and they're just going to crack Canopy. We can afford to wait more than the opponent can because we just have these creatures that we'll eventually be able to cast with our horrible, horrible mana base. Yep. Restoration Angel, sure. So now we want to draw, I think, still Displacer. Displacer would just be really good, basically, all times. I have 3 cards in hand, so this title might be able to snag something. Are we gonna make another Resto? Sure. Now, we still can't Flicker Wisp, because we don't have the mana to Flicker Wisp to kill this. What do we want to hit here? Fatal Push, Path. Shaman Event's like, not the worst, definitely not the best. We're taking 6 here. Opponent cracks Canopy, sure, now we get to see more cards. So let's hopefully take something relevant in my opponent's hand. Alright, Reflector Mage, basically the only thing relevant in my opponent's hand. We are just getting beaten the heck down, though. Opponent plays the Ancient Ziggurat, and the Vial, and the Kite Sail, probably. Can we draw a Flicker Wisp or Displacer now? Would be excellent. But also accept another Strangler. Even a Lingering Souls would be okay, because we could buff them with Pontiff and kill a Resto. That's not a good draw. My opponent has no cards in hand. Is it even worth playing the Tide Hollow, or do I just animate Shambling Vents, get in? I'm taking 7 this turn. They're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Otherwise, they take 5, and then next turn they could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Still not setting up lethal either way. So we're taking 7. If we neg everything, we're still taking 4, which still puts us lethal to dead next turn. Oh, no, we're gaining life. All right, yeah. We should fire up the Shambling Vent. So we can use Pontiff to gain 3 life if we need to. What did they draw? Champion of the Parish? Sure. Now I think I definitely will use the Pontiff to gain 3 life, because it also kills this champion. God, these draws are the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. They go to 5. They actually have to stop swinging with everything, right? They need 2 blockers, right? Yeah, we have 5 if they just block the Strangler. Is it Thalia? Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay. Luckily, Restoration Angel is not a human. This attack's interesting. I think by interesting, I think I just mean bad. Okay, that attack's better. I would still accept Eldrazi Displacer here. Deck. Will I accept Fatal Push? So it doesn't let me animate Shambling Vent. It lets me take this rest off the table. So if I animate attack with everything, they just eat the Tide Hollow, eat the Strangler. They can even block the Pontiff if they really want to. So that doesn't get me anywhere. I think I just play Tide Hollow, leave up push, pass. So I can just push the resto because it doesn't. I can still target it and kill it. And this helps me put more power into play. Try and lethal them in the future. They might also go for lethal here. They have 8 in the air. In which case they die. Of course, with my luck, my opponent's just going to top deck Mantis Rider. Or that one guy that shoots me in the face. Kessig Malcontents. Opponent's not going for lethal. Interesting. Alright, we will kill this. Might have actually been able to set up lethal by killing the Kite Sail. I've done that. Block, 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 no. Meddling Mage, sure. The name Tidehog is the last card the card I know is in my hand, or the name Path? Let's find out. I suppose. The name Path, okay. Come on, Displacer. That is not a Displacer. Still not facing lethal. We can still start setting up. We're going to hold this in my hand just to make my opponent think. They don't know what this card is, and I have a Vial on 3, so I could easily have something to blow them out. So opponent currently needs 4 blockers to survive. Because then you block 1, 2, 3, still have 5 lethal. So they need 4 blockers. So if they attack with anything, then they are dead, unless they have a creature that they draw, obviously. Yeah, I figure Kite Sail makes the most sense to attack with here. Come on, Displacer. Settle the wreckage. Ooh. Does that encourage me to alpha? God, I'm really scared of what's on this vial. Because that means they could, like, eat my Tide Hollow and eat my Strangler. Because they're not going to attack with both, and I'm only going to be able to settle the wreckage a single Kite Sail. This is a tight one. I'm concerned that this attack means that they have something to violate on 3. If it's a Reflector Mage, it's real bad, right? Because they actually bounce this Tide Hollow. I guess I don't really care that much about Reflector Mage, but the only 3 that they wouldn't put in immediately right now would be Mage. So I think we're going to pass. We have Settle to buy us some more time anyway. No Mage. Do they not have anything? We could have lethal them if we could guarantee that they had nothing in their hand. I probably should have actually played this land. Because now if I draw another land... Wait, no, this costs 4 mana total. 1, 2... Yeah, no, I'm never going to be able to set up Settle plus Shambling Vent. Alright, what's the attack look like? Opponent... Ooh, attacking with the Angel. Come on, attack with more. Give me more. Attack with that Kite Sail, too. You know you want to, opponent. I think I'm just going to have to settle, like, 4 mana Path to Exile this Restoration Angel. I think I'm fine with that, too. Two basic planes? What? Can we just draw an Eldrazi Displacer or something good? Tide Hollow. So, right now my opponent can block, block, block. So if I actually cast this Tide Hollow, I can check if the coast is clear, but then I can't attack them for lethal. Because then they could, yeah, they block here, block here, block here, and they only take 3. Or they could, like, block 2 Tide Hollows and take 4. Three blockers. I imagine there's a Reflector Mage in their hand, though. I'm concerned, because they kept attacking, knowingly putting themselves into lethal range. At least playing this Tide Hollow will get them to do something, right? This Dismember, interesting. Okay, so now they have Mage back in their hand, which means they have... What are they going to Mage, though? They have to Mage a Tide Hollow. Yeah, they're Maging another Tide Hollow. They're at 1, though, now, and now we have 5 attackers next turn to their 4 blockers. What exactly does this say? Until your next turn. So I can cast this Tide Hollow next turn if I want to, which means we're going to play this land here. It means if we draw another colored source, we'll be able to activate Shambling Vents and cast Tide Hollow. Could force my opponent to trade something with the Strangler, but I don't think... I think the Strangler's more important to me. Make stuff like Flicker Wisp even better. What did they draw? Noble Hierarch? Nice. That means if we draw some way to get rid of one of their threats, we win, right? That's not helpful, deck. But it means that I can also put this Tide Hollow in, and then we're just again arms racing to who gets to more creatures. So they have 5 block creatures. I have 5 blockers. Or I have 6 attackers right now, so they need to draw another creature here. God. I don't think they have a draw that just... I guess Keswick Malcontents just kills me here. Alright, can we draw Flicker Wisp or something? God, do we just go for it? What is my opponent sandbagging here? I'm so concerned. Like, because if they have a creature, we lose, right? They can block everything and, like, eat most of my creatures. They could just keep their Reflector Mage, keep their Lieutenant. I'll be at 8. They can keep their Kite Sail, too. Yeah, they can keep 8 on the backswing and just kill me. And I'm not dead to anything that they have going on yet. I think I just have to pass. Ugh. Man, I guess maybe they could have just kept the card in hand for a bluff, because they're dead, like they just draw land. Come on, please, just Flicker Wisp, something. Displacer. Strangler. Souls. Oh, man. That is a good draw. Unless they have Is It Static Astro, which would be a serious bummer, but whatever. Okay, so they're dead next turn unless they have Static Caster. Cool. They have 3 cards in hand. I don't think I'm dead to anything besides Malcontents. Oh, sweet. They conceded. They don't have to make me sweat on whether my attacking decision is going to be correct or not. That game was super awkward. Jeez. Opponent did not draw very well. We also did not draw very well. We had so many lands in play there. I was sweating bullets. So we might want to like go down on a Thought Knot, go up on a Souls, and just draw a bunch of Fatal Pushes again. These Scholars were like astoundingly mediocre, but that's the mana base's fault, and the mana base in this deck is pretty bad, in fairness. So yeah, let's just run it like this. We had a pretty awkward start. My opponent had a bunch of Restoration Angels that beat us down for quite a while, so at least we turned it around. We have Vile, Push, Path, Souls, Thought. This sounds fine. Obviously, this Thought Knot's probably never gonna be good, but we have like Path and Push here. I'm just gonna play Aether Vial, even if they play a Champ here. I'll take like 2 or 3 damage, whatever. Yeah, I'd rather develop my Aether Vial. Next turn I can Push and Path, then the turn after that, Souls. If they Meddling Mage, it doesn't matter. If they Freeboot me, also doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. I got both. We take the push. They have 2 basics, which is really obnoxious here. Could also just let this kite sail keep my push and just path this. I guess it's free. I mean, not exactly free. I mean, I am losing the card that I would eventually get back if I killed this kite sail some other way. Yeah, I'll take the 2 here. They won't have Resto up, so I can just play Swamp Pass. At least we have turn 4 Thought Knot. They'll probably be empty-handed by then, but... What you got, opponent? Thalia. Alright, we gotta cast some spells in response to that. That also puts us off this Lingering Souls. That's kind of annoying. Let's draw a Wasteland Strangler. Or Eldrazi Displacer, or a lot of things. Gonti. Gonti's not actually horrible. It's real annoying I can't cast Souls here. Opponent has a number of cards left in hand, though, so I might be able to just Thought Knot them and actually get a card. Is this Hierarch into Lieutenant? Yeah. Give me for 4. Flicker Wisp? Pontiff. That doesn't do anything. It kills this Lieutenant, actually. Well, that's horrifying. Double Mantis Rider. So we're gonna wait until they play this Mantis... Oh, they can't even... Oh, they can cast the Mantis Rider. They have to tap the Hierarch, though. We're going to wait until they play the Mantis Rider to cast this, to put this Pontiff into play, to take 1 less damage here. I don't know why they're tapping the Canopy for white. Are they realizing it? That they should control Z? So that resolves. This trigger goes on the stack. Then we neg one their board. Makes it so that we only take 3 here from this Mantis Rider attack. Instead of a bunch, because the Thalia would have first strike. The question is, do I want to take the Vial up to 4 just to put in this Gonti faster? Because I think I'm going to have to cast this Souls to chump block this Mantis Rider. Maybe I do just take this up to 4. And then, ooh, that's not helpful with the Thalia right now, but will be helpful in the future. So Gonti awkwardly does not trade with this Thalia. This is bad. I think I do need to actually race. I'm going to attack. Yeah. We have Souls to stall for a while, and possibly this Settle. Hopefully we can find a 5th land to set up. Settle the wreckage here. Phantasmal Image. Okay. Copy Mantis Rider, I assume. Yep. I almost would have wanted to copy my Thought Knot, but they just want to kill me in the air as fast as possible. We'll just take this. We can't do anything about it anyway. We're actually just dead. Oh, no, we're not going to take this. What am I doing? We have 2 spirits. I'm going to block. Like, not an idiot. We're going to take none of this. Put in this Gonti. See if we can't get something relevant from the opponent's side. Well, nothing super relevant. Lieutenant buffs my Pontiff to a 2/2. Freebooter is a flying blocker, so I guess we take the Freebooter. Land. Tide Hollow. Not super useful. We really need to get this Thalia off the table. It's actually just murdering us. Cast another Souls. I think I'm still okay with cashing in this Thought-Knot for a Mantis Rider. And if they... Oh, they could block with, like, Hierarch plus other... I'm still okay with that. Ideally, they block with the Thalia. That's the plan. Thalia plus Mantis... Thalia plus Hierarch? Oh, that's the block. I think I'm still okay with cashing that in. They get a draw card, but now we only have 1 Mantis Rider to deal with, which, now that we can play the Kite Sail, we can actually... Never mind, it has Exalted. But 1 Mantis Rider is really easy to chump block for a long time versus 2. There's our 5th land, eventually. Let's take a look at what the opponent has going on. The last card in their hand is an Unclaimed Territory. So now we have the Settle set up for next turn. Are we gonna have to 3 mana path, or like 5 mana path to exile this Mantis Rider? We're gonna keep blocking. Champion of the Parish. Another Aether Bell, that's fine. That's definitely fine. That's not super useful. Opponent's Thalia is actually stonewalling my board. We may need to end up Settle the Wreckaging a single Mantis Rider. For the second time in this match, Settle the Wreckage is a 4, now 5 mana path to exile. Please don't draw Kite Sail Freebooter. Okay, this is just Hierarch, that's fine. Kind of just want to get this off the table because it's Vigilance. Now I can at least hit them with this Freebooter. If nothing else. Ghost Quarter does nothing. We'll leave it in hand. There's no point in Ghost Quarter any of my opponent's lands. So we can leave it up as a Vile threat. Alright, we have a clock. Oh, I guess we have 5 minutes on our actual clock as well. I should probably play a little faster. This game's probably coming to a close pretty soon, though. Perfect. We're going to play the Temple in case we draw a Displacer, which we desperately, desperately, desperately want to draw. Strangler is very good. Strangle this Thalia. Unless they have Resto to save it. Oh, I should have animated Channeling Vent. Forgot, I was kind of in a rush. If they have another Thalia, they can eat my Tide Hollow, but that's not a huge deal. That block seems a little odd. Oh, they have a Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay. Block seems less odd now. Sure. Definitely should have attacked with the Vent. I missed out on that one. Again, Strangler seals the deal. Oh, not Strangler. Displacer. Flicker Wisp would also be great. Flicker Wisp is great. We're just going to attack with the Kite Sail and then cast this Flicker Wisp. Flicker my Displacer. Or Flicker my Strangler, sorry. Could flicker the Gonti for extra value, but... They have another Lieutenant? Wow, that's a bummer. Choose not to use the ability, but we still have 4 power in the air now. Check if the coast is clear. One has a Cavern in their hand. They have a spell. Mage. Another Hierarch, that's totally fine. Flicker Wisp is also good. Do we have lethal? Opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. Yep. Jesus. Ugh. I'm so tired already. That was match 1. Got the W against humans. 3 games. That 7 wins total, 4 losses. Oh god. That was way more stressful than that game had any right being. Luckily, we actually drew Flicker Wisp that game instead of game 1, or game 2, which we drew a ton of lands. Because that game actually could have pretty easily swung into my opponent's favor if we hadn't drawn a 3-power flyer to really start clocking them. I'm missing out on that 2 damage, which is actually pretty relevant, though. The one turn I forgot to animate the Shambling Vent to punch them. Whew. Alright, hopefully less stressful match this time. Play against something easy. Let's play against, like, Adnaz. Storm. Well, we're on the play, that's good. We have Vile, Arbiter. Yeah, this hand's fine, not great. It's awkward because if I play my Arbiter on 2, I can't play my 3s on 3. We'll figure out what I'm doing next turn. I might play Shambling Vent next turn. Just, it obviously depends on what my opponent's playing. Storm? This Arbiter is worse if my opponent's on Storm. Ooh. Alright, we just ran out of the Thalia now. It's like, it's just too good not to play, regardless of what my opponent is doing. My opponent... What did they do with their Opt as well? They bottomed it. Yeah, we're just gonna run that one straight out. So, no 3 here is a little awkward. We get to play second Vile? Let's see if my opponent plays a fetch land. That would be nice. I think my opponent's on Storm. Could be like Blue Moon. Nope, Storm. So at least this will shut off the gifts. This Displacer actually does nothing right now. I don't have any colorless mana. So we're just going to cast Souls. Unless we draw something. Flicker Wisp. Doesn't do anything right now. I think I still just play Souls here. Since Flicker Wisp can actually have relevance. They can flicker out like a Storm guy for like the duration of their turn. So Violent Displacer if they don't do anything of relevance. Otherwise we can Wisp. Are they just gonna go off Au Natural? Please cast gifts. Oh. I guess they're just going off. Opponent has a lot of mana. They can gifts through my Arbiter. No, they're just gonna pass the Flames, sure. So we're not dead. Unless one of the last 2 cards in their hand is in fact Gifts Ungiven. Man, I want to F6, but I can't. I don't want them to end up just grape-shotting my board. Sure. Playing that Opt is really good for me. Puts one to the bottom. I guess if they have just another grape shot in hand, I'm dead, right? Yeah, because they could just cast grape shot from hand, then flash back their other grape shot. That could be a way I die. Now they play Brawl? Weird. I guess they just drew it. So now I can actually Flicker Wisp this Brawl if it's relevant to me. Opponent just gonna like grape shot my board. Plus my face a bunch of times. Yeah, I guess they are. Let's let this trigger resolve, see what they're targeting. I assume it's going to be token, Arbiter, my face a bunch, in which case I'm just going to Flicker Wisp my Arbiter. Face. Arbiter. Wait, oh, Arbiter here, face, Arbiter a second time. Okay. They might just have a Grape Shot in hand. It's still rolling the crap out of me, but we'll play optimally. Save the Arbiter. My face, my precious face. Oh, so they did have the gifts. So that was their plan? Now they're out of mana, right? So they can't go off until next turn. This costs 5 to flashback for this Brawl in play. Let's see what they get. I imagine it's going to involve another Grape Shot, which I probably need to put in the graveyard. So maybe I have to put their rituals in the yard, actually. So they can't get to this Past in Flames. Their Past in Flames cost 4 right now. They could actually, even if I bin both rituals, they can Manamorphose for 2 mana, and then have 5 mana, Past in Flames for 4, Rit, Grape Shot. Even if I bin both. They can't Grape Shot me twice, though. It also involves them, no, they don't even need to draw land, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, God. I think I do need to actually bin their rituals. If I draw an answer for this Brawl, we're pretty well off. I'm going to take this Vial up to 4, I think. The odds of us drawing Thought-Knots here is... actually... So if I take this up to 4 and we draw a colorless land, we can't displace my Flicker Wisp to take their Brawl out for the duration of their turn. And we have more colorless sources in the deck than we have Thought-Knots. So I think it's right for me to actually leave this Vial on 3, because this Displacer is already live if we hit a colorless source. Of course we hit the Thought-Knot Seer. Of course we do. Now I think we're dead, probably. Have not done the math, but we're likely pretty dead. No respect for main deck or South Pontiff opponent. That's fair. I should have flashback souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Actually, it would set up lethal, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, now we're 1 off lethal. If we probably don't get to live this turn, so I don't think it matters. They can flashback Past in Flames, Rit, Manamorphose, Grape Shot me, something like that. Storm count's 2, Storm count 3, 4, 5, 6 from their hand. So they need 2 more spells to cast. As long as they can cast 2 more spells, we just die. Yep, I think we are dead. Wait, this isn't lethal, right? Oh, they're remanning their Grape Shot. Alright. That is in fact lethal. You got me, opponent. Interesting, the Thought-Knot versus Displacer decision. I'm not... Obviously, it didn't work out. I don't think it was wrong, per se. It's tough. I guess we don't actually have a lot of sideboard hate for this deck anymore. I think, because I just have, like, 12 outs to draw colorless, right? 4 Ghost Quarter, 4 Temple, 4 caves, and we only have 4 Thought Knots in the deck. And the Displacer almost guarantees buys us another turn because we can just flicker out their Brawl every turn, and they don't have any rituals. So they can't get up to the Past in Flames mana as easily. I would assume that these Lingering Souls are the worst cards in my deck now. Oh, actually, no, we want these Fatal Pushes. What am I doing? None of these other cards, though, right? We'll shave down Paths, since we'll still have 3 pushes and 3 Stranglers. I think we can just go down to 2 Paths, probably. Actually, let's cut a land. We can afford to cut Shambling Vents. This deck operates on like 22.5 lands. You really want the 23 for when you're playing a bunch of Lingering Souls and Cellar Wreckages and things that cost a lot of mana. So you can afford to board down to 22 in some matchups where your land drops don't matter as much. Alright, let's run it like that. We only have 3 Thalias for this matchup. I still feel like that's wrong, but obviously Thalia and Lingering Souls not very synergistic. I could play the 4th on the board, maybe. I could maybe see that. Bring it in all the matchups where Lingering Souls is bad, i.e. most of the combo matchups. Alright. I would like to play first. Yeah, sounds great. If they shatter my Aether Vial, I'm kind of bummed, but we just have multiple Thalias. We have a push for a Stormlord. And we have Persecution eventually if they empty me. Yeah, the only big issue is if they shatter this vial. Then things could get a little dicey. I'd have to, like, Ghost Quarter myself to play Thalia. I could just draw a Concealed Courtyard and all my woes go away. Come on, deck. I'll accept that too. Oops. So I might Ghost Quarter myself for a Swamp and just push a Stormlord if they play it on 2. Repeal the Vial on 1. That play makes sense. We're on double colorless. That's fine. It does burn through a repeal for answers to my actual things. Let's run back the play last turn. We have Fatal Push at the ready if they try to go off. Well, that's horrifying. They might just... Are they going for empty here? Because if we can find a land, we can definitely beat an empty. We just really need to find the land. Any land will do. I'll Ghost Quarter myself twice if I draw like a 3rd Ghost Quarter or a... This isn't really even a scary empty, the Warrens. This is just 8 goblins? I guess they still have 5 cards in hand, so they can reset up, but... Ideally, let's just draw a colored source of mana. Can't actually beat all these empty tokens. We have some time though. Might actually just be able to beat them on hand, right? So if they attack with everything, I take 7. I go to 13. Next turn I have Flicker Wisp, I can kill another one. They have like 6 left. Block another one. They have 5 left. Yeah, I don't think these empty tokens just buy them time, right? They're just setting up for it. Okay, I guess not. Holy cow, my deck does not want to cooperate today. But yeah, these things definitely aren't killing us, so I'm not terribly concerned. We have a backup Thalia, in case they do kill this first one. We have just Displacer, Flicker Wisp to just mug a bunch of goblins. What is this, Abrade my Thalia? Yep. Response will activate the Vial on 2, so they can't cast a 1-drop. Oh, we found our... That doesn't even work because we have this Thalia in play. It needs to untap. We need to wait till next turn. By then, it might not even be worth it to cast Zealous Persecution. They can only hit me for like 2 this turn. I could actually, I guess I could Flicker Wisp my Thalia out of the way. Might just want to Fatal Push that, though. Let's see what they do. Two mana. Like Shattering Spree my Aether Vials? Pyromaster Ascension? Interesting. That's fine. I can Flicker Wisp to deal with this, right? Yeah, that resolves opponent. So now, do I want to hold on to my Flicker Wisp? We've actually attack with both and like bait the Brawl block with this Zealous Persecution. My opponent can't be that bad, right? Opponent reconsidering their options? They're just going to take it. Okay. So now, if I Fatal Push the Brawl, I can't Zealous them. I could always just Flicker Wisp the Brawl out. Opponent also only has 2 cards in hand, so I'm not terribly scared of the Brawl. I'll just pass. That resolves. So we Flicker this in response to them getting the second counter on it. I may have wanted to push this Brawl, but I'm scared of, like, actually just dying to 5 goblins plus a bolt or something. Alright, so in response to that, we have to Flicker Wisp out the Pyro. We do not want them getting doubled up triggers, or doubled up casts. We have Flicker Wisp plus Displacer to just, like, never have it be online. What am I supposed to bring in Relic Order now? That resolves. The opponent reveals. Oh, opponent reveals 2 bolts. That's kind of actually horrifying. Holy crap. 2 bolts and Grape Shot, because they can't take everything. They mill Grape Shot, Pyretic Ritual, Bolt. So they milled Grape Shot, Pyretic Ritual, Bolt. So they have Bolt Grape Shot left in their hand? What's the storm count right now? I might just Ghost Core to this Caves. to cast the Zealous Persecution. So I just don't take the extra damage. Opponent's bolt's going upstairs. I'm not dead, right? What's the storm count? They played Serum Visions, Writ, Pieces, Bolt. Oh wait, this is actually lethal, isn't it? No, it's not if I kill this Brawl. If I kill the Brawl, I actually die to these goblins. No, because they can't cast the Grape Shot. Shit. This is the 4th spell they cast. Pieces, Writ, Serum Visions, Bolt. So the Grape Shot hits me for 5. I don't have enough mana to... Their hand is now Grape Shot something. So if I just push this Brawl right now and then block with Flicker Wisp, I go to 1, and then I'm just dead the Grape Shot in their hand. I have to top deck something. I could also actually Fatal Push another Goblin. Then that leaves me to not casting Zealous. Hey, how's it going, Spider Space? We're about to possibly die to Storm. But it's going pretty well. We won round 1. This one's round 2. Yeah, so this attack is horrible for me. If I so I float colorless, Ghost Quarter this Caves, get a Swamp, Fatal Push 1, block another, I go to 3? Or I go to 2, which means they have to draw a spell to kill me with this Grape Shot, so we can untap and Zealous them. Do I have lethal, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, not quite. So yeah, float colorless. Ghost Quarter Mound Caves. Fatal Push a Goblin. Block here. So we just need to fade them drawing a spell, right? Aether Veil's not helpful. Alright, if you have it, you have it, opponent. If you don't, I still don't even have lethal unless I draw land, so. Am I dead? Oh, they drew Bolt. Alright, yeah, they got me. That's my last game because I tried to get fancy naming Spirit off of Cavern. Oh, and forgot I could cast Spirit Guide. It's an Ape Spirit, right? I guess Spirit does make more sense to name than Ape in that deck, because, like, you could conceivably have white spirits that your opponent starts to think about. Whereas if you name Ape, it's like, oh, okay, they're gonna play their Simian Spirit Guides. Where's Storm on this list? Have I never played against... Oh, no. Played against Storm twice. Now 3 times. Yeah, I played a little bit sloppy there, I think. I think that game 2 was definitely winnable. I'll have to go back and look at it. There was just the tension around my mana base and casting Fatal Push and casting Zealous Persecution was a little gross. I was against Cape on someone set. Saw that you should just quarter the next turn. Oh man, that's a bummer. Take them off of the red mana. It's probably mostly the only relevant thing to Ghost Quarter in that matchup. Except early, obviously. We want the die roll. This hand is fine. We do have Sculler into Strangler if we want, or Arbiter, whatever. A lot of good enough stuff. Our mana looks good. I'll play the Shambling Event. Maybe our opponent's on burn and we just get to like face roll them. That'd be nice. Shambling Vent. Are you playing burn, opponent? Would accept like most. That sounds like decent against most decks right now. Titan Shift would be scary, I guess. Even Titan Shift, we have Arbiter plus Scholar, and we could like strangle a Search. Guess just Blood Moon decks are bad for me, but those are bad for me all the time. What don't I want to see on turn 1 here? I'm trying to think of. Besides, I guess humans. Just we have so many duds right now, but even against humans, ooh, is it burn? It could be Mardu Pyro. Yes. It could be Hollow One still. Oh, dang it, Hollow One. Because his hand's not super good against Hollow One. But we do get to Scholar them into Eat this Flameblade Adept, so that's okay. Get to like snipe a Goblin Lore or a Hollow One or something. A Faithless Looting or a Burning Inquiry. We're gonna take the Inquiry, honestly. I want to keep most of my cards in my hand right now. Opponent's super flooded, which also, I guess, which makes their Inquiry mostly better than their looting. I guess no, it makes the looting better because they can control the discarding of lands. But with so many duds, I think I just want to take this Inquiry to save my Strangler. And to turn off like Hollow Ones. If they can't Faithless Looting into Hollow One this turn, right? Wait, it costs 5? I think they could, but only 1. They're super flooded, so Arbiter Ghost Quarters probably not great. Discard Arid Mesa, Bloodstained Mire. Revealing to me that they drew another land. I guess they want to keep the other Mire because of Edge's Swamps. So they still know 2 cards in their hand. Wow, they bolt my Scholar. That's super rude. Play Souls. Souls is a good blocker for against Flameblade Adept. They don't have any cards in exile yet. But Souls fights against that pretty nicely. Getting Ghost Quartering them, like Arbiter Ghost Quarter is bad because I know my opponent has 2 lands in their hand. Cycle Wraith, sure. Then you like land, flashback looting, and then Hollow Ones. But they're just gonna lore. Pitching Phoenix, and they pitched Crypt and Mire. If they don't have a land, they can't get back this Phoenix. Please don't have a land, opponent. Okay. Dang it. I didn't want to have to deal with this Phoenix. Opponent likely just doesn't attack, right? Should I trade with the Phoenix? Maybe I should. This attack seems like pretty wrong on my opponent's end, but okay. I'll take it. I mean, just Arbiter, Flashback, Souls? Next turn we get like Souls. Or Strangler Souls if they flashback looting and have a card that I actually want to strangle. Man, that Bolt on the Tide Hollow was a real bummer. Wait, don't they still have the Oh, they still have the Burning Inquiry in their hand. I totally forgot that they actually got that back. They haven't fired that off yet. So I could just... I guess the Strangler's... I don't really care about most of the cards in my hand right now, because the Strangler's bad now. And the Souls, if I discard it, it's fine, because I can still flashback the other half. So Burning Inquiry isn't horrible for me anymore. Discarded 2 Bloodghasts. That is scary, though. We need Thalia, or Displacer, or Thought-Knot. Something that sits in front of them. Nothing. They're not going to cast the Inkorg? I can just race right now. I'm just going to take this. If they don't Inquiry, we just sold Souls. They have Lingering Souls in their deck? Wow. They don't have black mana to flash it back. This sets up lethal if they don't block, and then they also attack with the spirits. They're going to trade with Arbiter? I guess they want their black mana online? Sure. Can I not F6 through this? Don't hit okay? Jesus. I haven't seen Lingering Souls in these decks ever. I guess it's interesting tech since you mostly just cycle through it. Similar to the that Burning Inquiry seemed like it was good for me. I swapped out a Plains or something for this Wisp. And now we have Wisp plus Strangler mana, so that's great. Jesus. Their graveyard is now huge. They have 2 more Flame Wakes. But now we have, yeah, with that Burning Inquiry, suddenly life is great. They can flashback Souls here, sure. Ooh, they're gonna play Tasker. Deal. Flicker Wisp that, eat the Flame Wake, attack for 6, life's great. I'll get back another Phoenix, that's kind of annoying. Am I supposed to block these at some point? Yeah, this feels like a lot of damage. Yeah, I think we're gonna block 1. Take 6, go to 7. Then next turn we Strangler Wisp, attack them for 4, yeah. Seems fine. The issue is that they can flashback a Souls next turn, too. Scholar's useless. So if they flashback, if they don't have another black mana, they flashback a single Souls, block, block. They're still dead. Let's see what they drew. Well, they're just flashing back looting, sure. If they attack, I might block in fear of Bolt. then we actually don't have lethal set up, is the awkward part. Discard Flameblade plus Phoenix. Yeah, this attack is actually really scary. So the issue is that if I block one, I can't kill them when they flash back Lingering Souls. So I think I just have to take it and hope they didn't draw a second Bolt. Because I'm just going to die if I just block one. They flash back Souls, I can't lethal them, they like play a land, get back Blood Ghasts, whatever. We're just going to take it. Opponent doesn't have Bolt, we're fine. Oh wait, could we have... Fuck, I forgot it's Shambles. It's not lethal, right? Block, block. 3, 4. Oh, I might have punted this. Never mind, alright, they only have that. Forgot about my Shambling Vent. I think that would have won me the game. If I just block there, animate Shambling Vent, they block... Oh no, that's only 3. There's only 4, never mind, because they could chump block the Shambling Vent. So this by itself is already lethal. Whatever. Block, block, take 6. Whew. Nailbiter over game 1 there. So the opponent has both Lingering Souls and Bloodghast in their decks. These Neg 1 effects might be okay. Maybe this is too slow. Fatal Pushes are fine. They typically bring in Grim Lavamancer often. These Settles are fine. Souls seems pretty good in this matchup. What don't I want? Arbiter? Arbiter is pretty lackluster. Gonti's probably okay. So you can see just cutting these Arbiters, and then shaving down Thought Knots. Do I just got Aether Vial in this matchup? They love to bring an Ancient Grudge, and giving them like only Tide Hollows as targets is pretty decent. And I'm boarding in so many non-creature spells, maybe I just can cut Aether Vials. Something like this. Seems okay. I could see Relic Wearer. Opponent does bring in Blood Moon sometimes. Like, just, this deck plays... maybe with the white splash, you're less inclined to play Blood Moons, but it still just... It eats hollow ones. Might be better than a Thought Knot. I don't know. Yeah, let's run like that. Does it hit anything else? I guess that was probably pretty dumb to bring in. Bringing in Relic Order to beat Blood Moon and then also bringing Aether Vial is probably pretty non-productive. Oh god, do we keep this? If we hit another land, we have multiple Thought Knots, and we have Fatal Push for an early guy. This Strangler sucks. Again, we'll keep this. We're on the draw. 21 lands left in the deck. Fatal Push for an early, whatever that thing's name is. Flameblade Adept. If the opponent Burning Inquiries me, then we might be able to play these Thought Knots. Or we might discard the Thought Knots. Or we might discard all our lands. It's really a toss-up. Ooh. 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 We're just going to turn 2 Thought Knot into turn 3 Thought Knot. I like this plan. Nice Lavamancer. Kind of wish I could Fatal Push it, but eh. Because it doesn't really matter, because we're going to Thought Knot into Thought Knot, and then eventually we can Strangle it or push it after that. They're just going to Burning Inquiry me. I'm going to discard both my Thought Knot Seers, and then I'll cry. Slam this. Ooh, take that Blood Moon please and thank you. I can fight through a Lingering Souls. I cannot fight through this Blood Moon. I don't need this one. I need this. Opponent was probably just gonna go like basic Swamp Blood Moon me. Goblin Lore. Deal. That means I get to take this Lingering Souls. Although I do get to like play Tassier now. Which eventually I'll be able to set up Wisp plus Strangler to kill, I guess. Or I could just double block it with Thought Knots. Wait, they didn't even... Oh, did they discard the Mire? Oh, they did. Interesting. Generally that makes the Courtyard comes in tapped, which is awkward. Yeah, let's just find out what they have. What I want to take. I think it's gonna be the Souls, honestly. Goblin Lore, Flame Wake, and Souls and Tasker. Is it easier to beat Lingering Soul? I guess they actually can't cast Lingering Souls right now, right? Let's just take the Tasker. We can beat up Lingering Souls as they slowly try to cast it. If they don't draw the land, they'll just Goblin Lore. And they discard it, and I can beat 2 Souls pretty easily. And we're just going to beat them up for 8 with my giant 4/4s. If they just Lingering Souls pass, we just punch them for 8 and strangle the Lavamancer or something. Oh, they're just Goblin Loring, discarding Flame Wake and Souls. And they discard the Gurmag. Nice. Opponent has a Hand of All Unknowns now. They do get back 2 Bloodghasts, but they can't block, so... Does one have something? Another Lava Man. Sure. So, if I strangle the Lavamancer, the other one can just kill it, but then it's tapping down and then they're just dying. What do they have in exile? Blood Moon has. Yeah, I can give them back to Blood Moon. Killing this prevents them from double pinging a Thought Knot. No, they're pretty far behind. They can make Souls to block. They can like make Souls activate Lavamancer, but then we just get to punch them some more. Fatal Push the Lavamancer, play Eldrazi Displacer. Might as well attack. They're not blocking. I'm also not blocking opponent. I assume Flashback Souls leave up Lavamancer activation. Fetch land. Souls. Okay. So that is the plan. So they can set up Lavamancer plus Spirits to kill a Thought Knot, so we're just going to push this right now. In response, they ping down my Strangler. But this makes it so they can't like ping down a Thought Knot to draw cards to potentially get out of this. Yep. Now they need to block at least one of these. If they have a bolt, they could like trade with one. Deal. Just gonna run this out. We should be fine. Opponent Anger the Gods doesn't matter if they for some reason have that in their deck, in their Blood Yes deck. There isn't realistically some sort of board wipe that can clear out a bunch of 4/4s that they would conceivably have in their deck. I think we also have Shambling Mist just to clean up the scraps. We have Flicker Wisps. We're good. We're good here. I feel safe. What'd they do? They just fetched. Sure. Opponent needs to produce 2 blockers to survive. So Souls would let them live. Actually, no, I could just blink down both the Souls with Displacer. Kill them. They need a lot here. And cycling Hollow One is not a very strong start for my opponent. Opponent says GG and concedes. Cool. Let's go into round 4. 17 games, 10 wins. Yeah, Hollow matchup's a little close. It's a lot closer now that I'm cutting Rest in Peace in this particular build. It gets a little dicier, but the Hollow matchup's like never felt awful. Obviously, like most decks, you just die to their super explosive starts. My opponent had a very non-explosive start, and this deck can very easily beat a bunch of like dopey Grimavomancers with a bunch of removal and Wasteland Stranglers and just things that have more than 2 toughness. You're not just like shut down by it. Captain Sea... I don't know. Captain Sea Dog, I guess. Opponent's name. We will be on the play. Not great. Keepable on the play. We can potentially Ghost Quarter them. Or just like cast Chain, just running 3 drops. But Mulligan's at 6 makes stuff like Arbiter and Ghost Quarter better. We will lead on Caves. Tells us tells the opponent what we're doing, but if we draw a Tide Hollow Scholar, I want to play it. Oh, humans. Alright, well, his hand suddenly is okay still, I guess. So Arbiter suddenly is terrible, but Displacer's really strong in this matchup if we can get some mana going. Thought Knot will probably be good on turn 4. Freeboot, ugh. I need that Lingering Souls opponent. Don't know when I was going to cast it, though. I was probably going to play Displacer next turn anyway. Or we just draw Temple. Life would be great. Eh. I don't think I want to set up Souls here. It's probably not going to be able to block Freebooter if they have a Lieutenant. Could Ghost Quarter them, but they have this file. And also, I'm not going to hit land drops, and I need to cast this Thought Knot. So that plan seems pretty bad. Movie Souls is just better, though, than Displacer right now. No, I don't think so. It's going to get awkward if they play Thalia next turn, I suppose. There's a Noble Hierarch. How did this one come? Because this is the RPTQ promo. Is this out online somehow? Alright, so the Lingering Souls plan would have got thwarted. They have 2 lieutenants or an image. Oh, jeez. Bad to worse all of a sudden. Man, yeah, these are the hands that you are not going to beat as Eldrazi taxes. Is the hands where they just, like, creature, double lieutenant you, and just attack you for 1,000,000. The hands that you're just not going to beat in a million years. Oh, thank God. Can't attack. Opponent can just keep punching me in the air for like 5 with this Kite Sail Freebooter. So we need to Souls next turn. Could also just blink it down. Wow. And they have our Hierarchs. They can afford that. Do they just... Never lucky. Never in my life have I ever been lucky. Block like that. Take a million. They kill my Thought Knot. They draw another card. Ugh. I don't know what the opponent's doing here. Oh, they're gonna like freeboot me in my draw? Alright, yeah. We might be able to live a turn here, but we're dead. We're not gonna be able to beat my opponent's start. Yeah. The games that you lose are easily the games where they kill you super fast. This game definitely has enough staying power to weather the late game beatdown. So what did I do last time? Cut all these and then a Souls, I believe. Yeah, that looks about right. Could cut like a Thought Knot instead of a Souls. It's kind of a toss-up. Would like to play first. I would not like to keep this hand. I would like to keep this hand, however. I would also like to keep that. I think I'm just going to Fatal Push whatever my opponent plays. If they have a Hierarch or Champ. Because we can tap out for Displacer next turn. Oh, they just have File. Sure. We can Flicker us their Aether Vial if we need to. Might be the only relevant Flicker target, we'll see. Thalia? Thalia's Lieutenant. Has a lot of mana. Flickering the Vial doesn't do a lot now. Although flickering anything else just makes this Lieutenant big or the Hierarch big. Could actually just like push the Lieutenant, flicker the Hierarch. That might not be bad. I want to develop this Flicker Wisp though. I might just play Flicker Wisp, flicker my Concealed Courtyard, and leave a push here. It's probably not unreasonable. Yeah, I like that. There's no way my opponent's dumb enough to block, right? It's an onboard trick. Alright, like I could even just blink the Lieutenant and eat the Hierarch for free, but... White, colorless. Flicker the Concealed Courtyard. End step before they get Resto online. Kill that. Then next turn we can have like double Flicker on Flicker Wisp, and have this path up and stuff, and we should be able to take over the game from there. Mantis Rider? Sure. I can beat a Mantis Rider. Do I tap it down or just path it? Just path it, attack them for like 6? burn that out since I let the 5 mana up. I feel okay here. Wait, did the opponent... Oh, the opponent failed to find because they had the planes in their hand. Didn't notice that. If they have a Reflector Mage to punish me for tapping here, then so be it. Looks like they do. Yeah. Bounce my Wisp. I don't really care what they bounce. 2 turns I'll be able to cast it again, or Violet in. And this turn I just have Displacer up still. What do they have? I'm scared. Another Mage? That would be super annoying. That's also super annoying because I can't flicker that. Oh god. I mean, I could, but then I obviously take like 8,000 damage. Holy shit, that's bad. Now I'm taking like 4. Oh, Jesus. Is it worth saving my Reflector? I can flicker their Mage to save my Displacer? I take 4 versus 5. I think it's actually worth it. Yeah, this forces the bounce. They attack for 5 here, they could attack for 4 before, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. Annoying. They just draw... Okay. Oh, they just Kissing Malcontent me for lethal. That's fine. Nothing I could have done about that. We are... Or I guess we're not dead. We're at 1, but we're gonna die. We can't beat down like a bunch of Kessing Malcontents with the Blinker. Here we are at 2-2 again. I don't know how we always end up exactly here in round 4. That was O2'd. Here we are fighting desperately for our 3-2 against Galaxy Man 2. This hand is horrible. Not even close. Opponent also mulliganed, which is nice. This hand's fine. Not great, but happy with a keepable 6 at all. Scry Temple? I don't know. Thalia? Aether Vial would be a good scry to the top. I don't want Second Arbiter, likely. Might regret that if my opponent's on like a very specific subset of decks. But obviously I can't know game 1. Oh no, please don't be Titan Shift. It's just like a Coco deck? I'm so used to Noble Hierarch being cast off of Rainbow Lands. I might just Tide Hollow into Strangler here. Depending on what's going on the opponent's side. Oh, Red-Green Eldrazi? Interesting. At least they can't turn 2 Thought on me here. They can just play a Mana Reshaper or whatever. Or nothing. Yeah, Arbiter's gonna suck. We're gonna definitely Scholar. So the opponent actually doesn't have red mana. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do have mana for the Smasher though, so we're gonna take that. Hopefully they don't draw red mana this turn. Please don't. They did not. Sweet. Then we get to kill this Noble Hierarch. They draw Thought Knot. Oh god. Please just be a... Oh, thank god, just a Mana Reshaper. Whew. We drew Thought Knot. That doesn't do anything yet. Guess I kill this Noble Hierarch. Killing the Matter Reshaper just makes them hit Bloodbraid faster. Prevents us from attacking, but I think I'm happy to just kill their thing, get rid of their Smasher before they find a Bolt or something. Bloodbraid into a Bolt. Now we can even trade off Scholar into a Bloodbraid or something if they find the mana for it. Ooh, sick. We'll gladly take one of your Bloodbraids, opponent. Give me. This card, like, doesn't do anything, right? It just Active Treason's one of my guys for 5 mana. It's a 3/1. Yeah, I'll take a Bloodbraid. Still not attacking. They desperately need red mana, so I'm okay with just sitting here for a while. I just get to set up while they sit here and not cast their spells. Oh man. Could have developed Arbiter at some point, but they Bloodbraid me into, well, let's find out. Matter Reshaper. That's pretty good for them. Now I think we just developed our flyer. I could even flicker the Thought Knot, eat their Obligator. Just Vial plus Flicker Wisp. I could flicker my Strangler, eat their Bloodbraid Elf. But I think I'd rather them not have an Obligator in hand. I don't know how many basic mountains they play. Probably not enough that I could... Oh, I could actually, like, Arbiter Ghost Core to their mountain. But that seems kind of unnecessary. Okay, Aether. I mean, at least we can cast it this turn. Like, at least we have, like, room in our turn to cast it. Definitely not the best draw, though. Yeah, let's flicker Thought Knot. I'm down for taking away my opponent's Obligator. Or the better card if they draw it. Just gonna beat him to death with this flyer. With double Reshaper means I'm probably not attacking with ground dudes anytime soon. Yeah, you can have that Hierarch opponent. Why not flicker Strangler? Get for sure. I mean, this is for sure value, right? Like that's I was talking about whether or not it was. I would rather have them have a Bloodbraid in play or a Obligator in hand. And I think I'm more scared of the Obligator in hand because it represents more damage across. This is just a 3/2, whereas the Obligator can take a Thought Knot or take a Flicker Wisp and punch me for more. I'm fine on the ground. We just have a bunch of giant guys that can just block their stuff. We're just going to slowly kill them with this Flicker Wisp. Tick up. Oh boy, the second Aether Vial. We did it. Aether Vial plus Displacer, I guess. We have a plan. Our plan is in place. Let's kill them with flyers and clog up the ground. Run it back. Aether Vial's back for more. Opponent draws Temple. Yeah, this game it feels pretty over. We had to untap with Displacer Flicker Wisp now. I wonder when they're going to realize they could technically attack with a guy, because it's a 4 power. Yeah, they could have attacked last turn. At some point, I could just start like chump blocking this a bunch, but for now I could just even start flickering next turn. We're just going to take it. Oh, they're going to castigate for a bunch? Sure. But next turn we can just have Displacer up to deal with that. And also, chump blocking would have just gained me 2 life. I kind of forgot about the casting being in play. To be perfectly honest. Ooh, second Flicker Wisp is excellent. I wanted to Ghost Quarter their... I kind of want to Ghost Quarter their Kessig now, but it's my only colorless source, so definitely not worth it. I'm curious if the opponent's going to put the Kessig mana into it. Oh, because that's their turn, so they have to do it before they have to pass priority to me first. Yeah. Nice Kessig Wolf for an opponent. Do you prefer E&T over white over mono white? Right now I kind of do. You just have more tools to deal with humans, which is just such a horrifying matchup. So opponent very blatantly representing Bolt here as the last card in hand, but they didn't idle the basic mountain, but I can't afford to take all this damage. If they bolt this display, so it's fine. We'll have Vile on 3 for another Flicker Wisp next turn. Let me just tap this down. Also, Wasteland Strangler is just such a sweet card to play with. I enjoy playing black-white for that reason. Oh, opponent just whatever. And we'll put into play a 2-drop. Untap, tick up to 3. 400, yeah, exactly. Deal. Could even be, at this point, I could just Flicker Wisp my Tide Hollow. Or displace my Tide Hollow. Just to take a look at what's in their hand. But I'm not scared of almost anything my opponent can draw at this point. I'll just keep sitting here like this. We even have... Oh, I guess I could have vowed in the Tide Hollow that's literally in my hand. That would have been a good play, but... Again, probably doesn't matter too much. I think my opponent is very, very dead. Opponent gonna bolt something. It's not gonna work out for you. So, are they gonna obligate something? Interesting. Obligate my Displacer would make sense. Well, we're just gonna Flicker Wisp it. Or, we're gonna activate Displacer, Flickering Flicker Wisp to flicker the Displacer. Do that. Don't want them to have the ability to flicker any of my stuff. I don't think them flickering anything on my side actually matters, but might as well. They're going to attack with a single creature again? Oh, wow. Attacking with a bunch of creatures. Interesting. So I imagine they're going to Kessig whichever one I block Thought Knot with. So let's just... oh, hang on. Nope, don't want to do that. I'm going to go to blocks. Think about Fetid Teeth versus Eldrazi Temple. Fetid Teeth is, like, kind of awkward, because it does, like, sort of help your mana problems, but not tremendously. Or, like, helps alleviate some of the mana problems. I think Eldrazi Temple is just, like, way too powerful to not be playing in this deck. You just kind of have to take the bad mana on the chin. Well, let's just eat this Mana Reshaper. See what they want to Kessig. I imagine it's going to be the Mana Reshaper, and then we're just going to blink it anyway. Yep. Are they dead now? I think they're dead. They're at effectively 2. I can blink down one of their blockers. They have no cards in hand. Yeah. Oh, and we also... Oh, no, they get Matter Retriever back, but we also get Displacer back. Let's just seal the deal. Opponent is very truly dead. Yeah, I didn't even have to tap this down. They're just dead on board, but they have no cards in hand. There's absolutely no way this could go wrong. I guess I could click through my combat step here. Even then, we still win. Sweetness. We got game 1 against Red Green Eldrazi. This is traditionally a pretty good matchup from what I've done. I think I haven't played against it too much though, but did I play against it at all? Or is that only with mono white? I think I might have only played against it with mono white. So Gonti's probably great. I might even sell the Wreckage is probably decent. Is Lingering Soul's okay? A lot of questions. Fatal pushes seem awkward because you want to kill their mana dorks because they just have a ton of mana dorks, but it's also really bad. I guess it's okay because it hits Thought Knot Seer if you can trigger Revolt, so it's probably worth it. I think Zealous might be worth it. I don't think Pontiff is. Zealous is just faster. I forget what's bad. Arbiter and Thalia are just probably bad. Thalia's okay. They do have Bolt and Ancient Stirrings and stuff, but they are a Mana Dork creature deck at heart. Alright. This other Lingering Souls is like a maybe. So what happens, what does this look like? Is there something that's worse than the 4th Souls in this configuration? I don't think so. I think we're just going to stick with 3. Maybe Strangler's worse than Souls. And we'll just run it like that. Maybe Pontiff is okay because you can use it with like Flicker Wisp and Eldrazi Displacer to muck up combat math real bad. I don't even know if this deck like sideboards or anything. Probably Kozilek's Return is a card I should be expecting. It's a Wrath that doesn't hit most of their guys, and they can tutor or like they can search for it with Ancient Stirrings. Can I find an actual RG Eldrazi deck list anywhere? I've not played against this deck frequently enough to know the ins and outs. This hand's fine, not great, but we have Displacer into Thought Knot. And to, like, Souls. This hand's good enough. Eldrazi Tron. Colorless Eldrazi. Noble. We'll lead with Caves. Might just play Tide Hollow into Thought Knot, depending on what the opponent does. Does this deck even, like, exist? Oh, are we getting Thought Knotted on turn 2? That would be unfortunate. There we go, Red Green Eldrazi on the list. Yep. What do they take? My Thought Knot, maybe? Yeah, Kozilek's Return, Kitchen Finks, Engineered Explosives. These cards all make sense. Upraise. Raid, interesting. 2 Mind Stone. Flicker Wisp. Okay. I guess they don't care that much about my Thought-Knot since theirs attacks is a 5/5. Well, let's Tide Hollow them though. I don't want to get smashed here. Bonfire, Bloodbraid, Ancient Serpents. Bonfire costs 5 mana to kill a Tide Hollow. So I guess we take the Bloodbraid. Because we can just Thought-Knot it Thought-Knot the Bonfire next turn if we really need to. Plays Foothills. This deck doesn't play a lot of fetches, right? Yeah, it plays like 2 Wooded Foothills according to this. So Arbiter is just not good. Stirrings. Oh no, did they just draw a Smasher? Wow, that is quite the bummer. Can we for just 9 here? Jeez, not good. Not good at all. Ooh, that's decent if we can survive. Am I supposed to play Souls to try and set up for this? No, this thing is Trample. We're gonna have to take this Bonfire, I think, so we don't get burned out. Weirdly. Looks like I'm just going to be blocking, taking 5. Or they might just attack with the Smasher, so I take 6. I don't think I'm blocking with this Tide Hollow, because it has a Bloodbraid underneath it, so... If it's not blocking, it's attacking. How many basics do these run? I have no idea. This list says 2 forests, 2 mountain. But I just pulled up like a random list on Goldfish. Oh dear. Dude, so they just stirred into second Smasher, so now we just die, right? That's actually just straight up lethal. It's 14 and I have 4 toughness. Curse you, Caves of Koilos! Yeah, that was pretty bad. We have game 3 though. Opponent had a good start. That's basically the whole thing of what what the opponent's deck is trying to do is Mana Dork into Temple, turn 2 Thought-Knot you into Smasher, 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 whatever. So when they run hot, they run hot. Maybe Pontiff is okay. Especially on the play, it can be better. What would I cut, though? I don't think anything in my deck is worth cutting. Let's run it back. I think we'll just be significantly more fine on the play than on the draw. Do you think this match is better for mono white? Probably, I would. Yeah, probably. Because you don't mess around, you don't dirtle around with stuff like Fatal Push in mono white for obvious reasons. So you have better cards to answer big stuff, like Dismember is better in this matchup, which you don't play in black-white. Might keep this hand. Or Blessed Alliance, you're still probably playing Settle the Wreckages. Am I supposed to keep this hand? Eh. Guess it's like kind of awkward if they have a Thought-Knot. I guess not really. Yeah, Blade Splice, stuff like First Strike. Blade Splicer is better than like Wasteland Strangler in this matchup. I'd probably rather be on mono white for this one. You have more flyers to beat them down with. Opponent's deck can't really deal with a Restoration Angel very well, since their removal is mostly bolts. Mana Dork. EE on 1. Sure. I have plenty of lands, opponent. Please spend your precious time killing my Aether Vial. I don't have any creatures in my hand, opponent. Joke's on you. pop the E here. That play a matter reshaper. Probably wouldn't even path it. I am F6, so don't. Should probably wait. They're just gonna like let this tick up. Oh, they were like waiting for me to file in a 1. Now they're gonna pop it before it ticks up to 2. I guess that makes sense, but okay. These draws have not been kind to me. We've drawn 2 lands, and when we kept our 4-lander, if they Thought Knot me here, at least I can path it. They take the other path, but then we draw a card off the Thought Knot, and then draw a card for turn. Hopefully we can find something. Yeah, that resolves. You have 2 paths, can't take them both. But it likely is like another forest, possibly another mountain. Man, these draws have definitely not been kind to me. Could just play a land, get in with the vents. Opponent's 5 cards in hand, and we have drawn land, Zealous. Do they always have TKS? Yeah. This deck, opponent's deck's never going to win a game if they can't TKS on, like, 3, at least. It's just very awkward and dirtily. Hit their temple. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That probably don't have basic waste. I could see that. Guess I should click on a couple more lists. I imagine with a path they would have found a waste if they had one. I don't think you're playing... Yeah. I clicked only 3 lists. I don't think they have basic waste. Don't even know if they have a second basic mountain. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. This next ghost quarter might be pretty good. Yeah, I guess they don't even have the second mountain. Aw, man, they have another colorless, though. Second Thought Knot. Blood Braid. Into Obligator. Ouch, that is a lot of damage, opponent. Can we draw... I don't know. What? Wait, hang on. F5 on F6. I need to kill this Obligator with the Zealous Persecution. Take significantly less damage here. There we go. Much better. Worked out last time. I guess it didn't really work out last time, but... Keep trying to take them off of colorless. Colorless is relevant for like 12 different spells in their deck. Matter Reshaper, Thought Knot, Smasher. Well, we tried really hard. Did not work out. Nice 4/4. So, what are we drawing here? A third path. Settle the Wreckage would be very good. Fatal Push. Fatal Push is interesting. The awkward part is that I can never set it up to like block with Shambling Vent and get the Revolt trigger to push this Thought Knot. Too bad I don't have those Ghost Quarters. Yeah, giving our opponent the business. Take that, opponent. We don't have any cards in our hand that are relevant. Alright, so we can at least block this Blood Braid and kill it. They have Bolt. It'd actually be really nice if they had Bolt here. Please Bolt this opponent. I couldn't hit the TKS with the block because I would need to float the mana, and then I would have to float it before the damage step, and then my black mana would go away before the damage step. But now that they bolted, we can actually float a black here. We have a notification of some sort somewhere. Hang on, let me get to it. Add Astral HS1 has just followed. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. So now we can push this Thought Knot. Nice. Take that, opponent. How are you going to beat Aether Vial? Deck Y. I mean, you do get priority at the end of damage step, but at the very beginning of the damage step, damage is dealt before anyone gets priority. So I would have to tap the Shambling Vent pre-damage step during blocks, and then in the movement between blocks and damage, my black mana would go away. At least we have Shambling Vents to fight off my opponent's Idiot Brigade. Sure. Man. This is how we go down. We could draw Settle the Wreckage here and be okay. We're not dead next turn. Going to 9 here. Now we're going to 8 here. Because we have to take a damage to fire up this. What can I even draw here now? The Settle doesn't even do it because I'm blocking with my 4th mana source. These all come in tapped. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp draws me a card, but I wouldn't be able to cast anything. It does trade with this Obligator, at least. And then I can buy another turn with the Shambling Vent after that. If they have a card that kills this Flicker Wisp, I actually just die if I cast it, though. But anything that kills my Flicker Wisp also kills me. If they have a Bolt or like a Bonfire in their hand, I'm still just dead. I could flicker my own land and put the Concealed Courtyard in untap. That is correct, right? Yeah. Flicker my own land, get Concealed Courtyard in untapped, get the other land back. I guess we just have to run out Flicker Wisp and pray. We'll untap Plains for the Sick Bluff. Got our last card in hand. No, they know the last card in hand is Concealed Courtyard. It doesn't matter. Yeah, flickering anything doesn't do squat. Can you float the mana in the damage step if there is a first striker? No, because if there's a first striker, then there's like a separate first strike damage step that goes on. Opponent just like smashers me here. Alright, well, we tried. Jeez. Draws were not kind to us. I've been on a hot losing streak this week. Managed to 2-2 into lose round 5 for 3 straight leagues. Maybe one day we'll break the curse, but not today. I don't think. Yeah, I think this is the first time I played against Red Green Eldrazi. Three. Oh no, not any wins. Still 64% win rate with E&T, which is I think the best win rate across the board. Actually, no, we've actually dropped below mono white Death and Taxes, but we have 4 extra leagues of data. We've played 50 matches with E&T and only 31 with mono white. Interesting. Alright, let's go back to the list for the wrap-up here. So yeah, oh yeah, I already explained the first strike thing. It basically just does the damage step twice. There's just a first strike damage step, and then there's a normal damage step. There's no point at which you can float mana from your dying manland and then use that mana during the damage step. So that's why that bolt was actually really good for me. Anyhow, so this is the list we were playing. Did Lingering Souls do anything today? So, what was it? It was Humans, Storm, Hollow One, Humans, Storm, Hollow One, and then Red Green Trazi. Lingering Souls, yeah, not only Lingering Souls, not the best performance. Again, obviously against humans, it's kind of not great, but you could morph these flex slots into something that's like better against humans. Play like Blade Splicers. I was playing Shalai for a while, which isn't good against humans, but it's really sweet in a lot of other matchups. So you see, going back to that, I'm still gonna keep trying Lingering Souls out a little bit longer because it's obviously insane with stuff like Jund and Jeskai floating around a bunch. Lingering Souls can be, and like Mardu Pyro, these cards can be very relevant, whereas your Shalai can just get Revolted Fatal pushed or Pathed or something. You just make like 4 1/1 flyers, which is actually really good sometimes. But it doesn't mean you have to play 3 Thalias. I'd consider putting the 4th in the board, but 3 Thalias feels bad. Thalia is one of the main reasons you want to be playing this deck. Thalia is very strong in a lot of matchups. Not as good as it is in Legacy, though. Anyhow, it's enough rambling. Let me find someone to host here. Alright, so I hope everybody had fun hanging out today. Even though we didn't, again, we have yet to break the curse. Where's my stream? Here it is. So if you like the content today, you want to see more of it, we play a ton of Death and Daggers here, Modern and Legacy, all spectrums of colors and stuff. You can hit the follow button if you want to see more. It costs you totally nothing. Lets you know when I'm going live, helps other people find my content as well. If you really want to support the channel, you can subscribe or donate. Subscriptions get you the Thalia emote. It's around here, probably somewhere. Donations, I'll be more than willing to play some sort of Death and Taxes variant that you want to see streamed. Whether it's a certain color splash, certain format, certain card in the deck you want to see, I'm more than willing to listen, within reason, obviously. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything, so these cards are all in my own pocket, but I love experimenting. I love playing with a bunch of Death and Taxes variants, so now we're going to host someone. Don't know who we're going to host, though. Legacy League? I do like Legacy. They're playing Punishing Dak, though, which is a matchup that's just absolutely horrendous for me. Everyone's playing Vintage Cube. Oh yeah, Vintage Cube came out today. Imagine that makes sense why everyone's playing it. It's one of the more popular ones. So someone down towards the bottom. Nice to like host someone that's this guy's playing Modern Mardu Pyro. He's like 0 viewers right now. Alright, we'll host this guy. Alright, thank you everybody for joining me today. I hope you all had fun. And might not stream Thursday. Thursday streams have gotten a little weird. It might be like it's like my unofficial day off. But if I'm live, obviously I'm live. I'll tweet about it. I'll post it in the Death and Taxes Discord. But I think more often than not, Thursdays are no longer going to be stream days. But if not, I'll see you guys all on Friday for the long stream, like Modern and Legacy. I'll catch you guys all later.